People don't go to social media or online to be pitched. I wish I could explain why. It's more a place for information and entertainment.
Digital media, traditional media, social media. Today on the Marketing Minute, we explore the strengths and advantages of using traditional, social, and digital media. Joining me is Northeast Ohio media consultant Tim Davison. So Tim, let's start with traditional media.
These are mass media, at least that's what I call them. They reach large audiences over wide geographic areas. For example, a radio station could have 150,000 listeners in a week total, but it could be spread over 20 counties. I heard an interesting study about 5 years ago how a Mercedes franchise in Shreveport, Louisiana, wanted to advertise to upper-income zip codes. They wanted to increase sales of Mercedes in the Shreveport market. They had a cable television outlet pitching them to get the business, and what they discovered was if they bored down to just those zip codes that had the highest income, Bill O'Reilly on Fox, who polls great in upper income in Shreveport, across their multiple county metro, there were like 5 or 6 zip codes, and he was averaging 20 or 30 people at any given point in time. And it's not him, it's any TV show. This is why I believe mass media works best for multiple location businesses. Mass media can still do a great job simply because their audience is everywhere across a broad area. A lot more difficult to target if you're a one-location business.
Okay, so let's contrast that then with digital media.
The time spent online by consumers, and not just kids. There's a world full of statistics we can throw at you. I saw last week that a survey of 18-34-year-old millennials, 2 hours a day they spend on Facebook.
Wow.
That's an average, and that's in the United States. Fastest growing social media and internet age demo, people 55 plus, simply because they were later to the party.
So Tim, let's dive into how social and digital media can help differentiate one business from their competitors.
I think it's the type of content that you create. You might want to call it a commercial, an announcement, an information piece. Some businesses do tips, gardening tips, what have you, golf tips, whatever, because they're selling a product associated with that category. Whatever it is, the information that you have created for your business and you put online or you put on television or on radio, whatever, in the form of a commercial, the quality of the message has to be high. And it has to be different. It can't just be a sales pitch online in particular. There's a million places you can go and hear, fast, friendly service, factory-trained technicians, family-owned and operated. Unless you're in a price war and you're selling a Chevy for $1,000 less than Joe Blow's Chevy down the street, it's the same product. If you're selling the same product and it's a price thing, great. Use traditional media. But the advantage is with social media, a lot of people are online at any given point in time. They're all over the place. They're young, they're old. It's targetable. But more than anything, what are you saying in your messages, on your website, on your social media page? A lot of people believe anybody can create a picture or an ad to throw online. People don't go to social media or online to be pitched. I wish I could explain why. It's more a place for information and entertainment. If you can somehow, some way, find the proper media advisors or production facilities that can create appealing content that's fun with your name attached to it, it's going to resonate. Because really, what are you trying to do? In any type of advertising, if you want to call it that, you're trying to catch attention and get them to remember your name so that when they need you, they come to see you.
It's interesting that over the years, businesses have always followed their customers to the newer media. Newspapers to radio, radio to television. So it only makes sense that innovative marketing companies are following their customers to social and digital media.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And the point is, like we've said before, if you're using current advertising in broadcast TV, cable, radio, print, direct mail, and it's really working well, great. We're not saying you should change. Keep doing it as long as it makes sense. What we're saying is there's a whole new revolution in advertising and marketing. The public's online, and that's where this revolution is taking place. We call it the digital revolution. You should be part of this because that's where millions of consumers are all the time. The really cool thing is it's targetable by geographic area, by your trading zone, and thus it makes your advertising more cost-effective because you can limit who sees it to a certain extent. It works hand in hand to be a lot more effective and efficient.
Tim, thanks again for joining us today. And thank you for listening to the Marketing Minute. Coming up in our next episode, we'll conclude our interview with Tim Davison as he explains a concept he calls advertising without advertising. That's coming up on our next episode of the Marketing Minute.